everyone. Welcome to Kiket's Chat review of My Hero Season 7, Episode 9, Extras.
Hi, this is Christy.
Hi, this is Shirley. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, like, on our YouTube. Listen to us on our Apple podcast. Kiket's Chat. That's pretty much it on YouTube and Apple.
Exactly. How you feeling today, Shirley?
Tired. I'm gonna be honest. Really tired. But yeah.
I feel really good because I finally slept. I hope everybody out there is feeling okay. And if you're not, take care.
Yes, pretty much. So let's get into it. Actually, this is the last episode, and then there's no for My Hero Season 7. This is the last one, and then they go on a break. There's no episode July 13th, next Saturday. And then they come back, which sucks because we're going to be at the podcast studio. And we're not going to be able to record an episode of My Hero. Because there's no show. So, yeah. But we'll do a movie podcast because that's going to be cool because we saw recently movies. But let's get into it because this is My Hero and that's important. Let's go. So this is called Extras. I love that word. Bakugo always uses it when he calls everybody else extras.
Damn.
And I think it's like meta too, because it's like in any story, you have the main characters and you have the supporting characters, be it in a movie, book, or anything. True. So like Bakugo saying extras is kind of like a fourth wall breaking in a sense.
It kind of is, but it's also like because extras in a movie are those people who don't have lines.
Yes, but the thing
that's an insult.
But here, they're all very important. They're all very... Oh, well, he's technically insulted. Bakugo's technically insulting everybody. But I think, like, the last episode with, like, I don't know, was it 5 or 6 when they started the war? Like, with Shinso and Monoma feeling like supporting characters. They were like, no, you're important to war, to help out. So it's like even though they're called extras, every character is important. They have a part to play. And that's how it is in life. Everyone has a part to play. Yeah. Everyone's fucking important. Don't let anyone tell you you're not. Because you are important. So anyways, let's get into it. So basically it starts with like a flashback to like the last episode. Episode 8 with 2 flash fires, which is of course the Dabi versus Shoto fight. Technically it wasn't a fight. It was mostly like 2 brothers who have trauma, messed up clashes of like just like so much pent up aggression, pain, suffering, and it's just fucking sad. And that's why I love that episode, because it's not really a fight.
No, yeah, because they're gonna end up loving each other after. Well, I don't know what's happening after. I'm sure he's not gonna say anything, right? Sure.
No, because we are the last episode. The last manga chapter of the Todoroki family came out just this Sunday, from when we're recording it, and that is the 5th chapter to last chapter. So now there's only 4 more chapters. Thank you for bringing up the manga, because I actually want to bring them up. That chapter with the Todoroki family and like the wrap ups and everything, I thought it was good. It was really good for me personally, because it was just realistic and sad, but also bittersweet, and just everybody just marching, like moving forward with everything that has happened as best as you can, because that's just life, man. Sadly, every trauma those siblings, the Todoroki siblings, have went through, it's so much. So they're all just trying to find a path in life.
I think that what Dabi loves his family, and I think what he's trying to do is protect his family in a way. Also get revenge. But in a sense, because remember when he goes back, he sees his dad doing the same thing to Shoto.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that deep down inside, he really probably doesn't want to fight Shoto. Because he's constantly talking about his dad, and where's his dad? I think subconsciously, he really just wants to fight his dad. And because, not only to take revenge, but because he still loves his family.
Yeah.
And he saw what he was doing to Shoto.
in some way he still wants his I don't know if it's love, but more like attention from his dad or approval, because sadly that's just, that happens for a lot of people. We look for approval from our parents or any family members, even if they've been abusive.
Yeah.
And that's not a judgment to anybody. Feelings are very complex.
Yeah.
And, that's just human nature.
You bring up a valid point, because in the end, like, if family really didn't give a shit, they wouldn't fuck with you. Right? But when you care for something, and for you're saying that it's Dabi wants his validation, he's going to fight. He's going to fight for it.
Right.
And that's how it is in families.
Yeah.
Like, if you really care, you fight.
Yeah. I mean, that's my interpretation. I mean, like I said, with what's so great about media, especially My Hero, is that everybody could have an interpretation of, like, how they feel about this chapter or this family or anything. And that's great because, like I said, human emotions are very complex. Human nature is very complex, and how we deal with trauma or anything in our life. So, yeah. That's pretty much what I was saying.
Shorty's always deep.
So yeah. So basically, Shoto technically, of course, stops Dabi, and then everybody, they show this episode is basically showing the different battles and the aftermath of that, and everybody from these different battlefields being happy about the fact that Shoto stopped Dabi. So this is like what's it called when they're like, oh shit, this happened. This is like what's the word when it's like it's pumping them up to keep on going, to keep on fighting. I forgot the word. You looking at me like, huh?
Motivation, inspiration.
Yeah, I guess motivation. It starts with an R, and I'm totally forgetting right now.
Oh damn!
It's like when something's like just makes you keep going. I don't know, but anyway, it's motivation pretty much. Of like, okay, yo, he stopped his brother. Like, we could do this. We could do this. So yeah, they show every like different. They show no, it's not it. They show the different battlefields and all, and I think that's cool because I don't think the manga really went into that. Where the anime is kind of going a little bit into the fights of each battlefield, which I thought was really, really dope. My favorite scene before like all that, All Might has to tell. This is one of my favorites. All Might has to tell everybody through the like the earpiece and stuff like that. I forgot the name of that piece. That Shoto, stopped Dabi. Before that, All Might is crying because he could see the fight in the monitor and stuff like that. And that made me cry because it's like everybody else is happy, but All Might feels for him. And it's like, that is so sweet. And All Might's a dad. And All Might is Izuku's dad. You don't need to know his real dad because he's a bum.
Yo.
He is, man. He left. Where is he at? His biological dad.
That is true.
That's what I meant. That's a real dad. Biological dad. That don't make sense.
True.
But no, All Might's his dad. But so All Might's a dad, or All Might's he just feels for everyone, and that's what I love about All Might, because he's just crying because he knows how fucking hard this was for Shoto, because to him it wasn't a victory, because ultimately it's all the things they went through with their dad and the trauma that the dad did to them. It's like Shoto did not want to fight his brother. He just wants to have soba with him. He just wants to eat and get to know his brother. And that shit is sad. Because Shoto's a 16-year-old boy. He don't need to be doing this shit. He need to be playing Fortnite or whatever fuck teenagers be doing. I don't know. I'm a grown-ass adult. I don't know what they be doing right now.
Mario Brothers.
They do. Mario Brothers?
No, but I see.
Well, I play Mario Brothers. The racing car one, so
hey,
they probably do play that one.
This could be a really good way of releasing all that trauma too.
True. Yeah. It's all pent up, so that's why Now my favorite part, going into the crying.
Wait! Before anything, I want to mention how Mount Lady.
Mount Lady, yeah.
She was like, I always thought he wasn't listening. I don't remember what she was saying.
Oh, because
she was saying about Shoto.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, because Shoto's mad quiet. He be in the corner like.
Oh, he's just.
He's like me. He be in the corner observing, taking everything in, mad quiet.
Yeah, a lot of people headcanon him. I don't know if they headcanon him of having like maybe some form of autism, or they headcanon him as someone who has like maybe some form of neurodivergent, like, you know.
Interesting.
Which I kind of do too. Like, I don't know, you know, because it's like, you know, he shows kind of signs, certain like, oh yeah, you know, because you think he's not listening, but he could be, or he probably is not, but he's taking things in though, you know what I mean? Or, you know, I don't really know what the signs are. I have to look them up, so I don't want to get into that. But some people do that.
Oh, that's interesting.
And now reading about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I could definitely see that. So, yeah. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, but Mount Lady's funny. She's dope. But Shoto crying. That shit hit me. Because, again, he's a 16-year-old boy, and he's crying. And, of course, Ida, who's in the battle with him, is just staring at him, being there for his friend. And Shoto's crying. And his like, he turns to Ida, and he's like, I'm so sorry that your engine stalled because of the freezing, like what he did with the glacier, like the power and stuff to make things freeze everywhere. So that's why probably Ida's engine stalled and stuff like that. Or it could have been the fire, maybe. I could be like reversing the thing. But basically, and Ida's like, he puts his arms around him, and Shoto's, his tear before it drops, it freezes. So I thought that was very interesting before it like fell on the floor. But anyways, Ida puts his arms around him, and I thought that was and he says to him, you have nothing to be apologizing for. And I felt that because, shit, I do that a lot in life. You know, we always say fucking sorry to people for no reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell are we apologizing for? And I think it's my trauma of being bullied a lot growing up. And I think I just feel like, oh, shit, I need people to like me or some shit like that, which ultimately I don't. I need to love myself. That's the most important.
Exactly.
And, of course, be a good, kind person, you know, as best as you can.
You're not doing bad so far.
But what I meant is that not everybody's going to fucking like you. And that's fucking okay. And I think it's that trauma of being bullied for me personally. And then to adulthood. Like, oh, now I got to say sorry for, like, oh, I'm sorry I was late. Oh, I'm sorry about, well, being late at work, you know, that's a different story. But, you know, you always have to be sorry about something. And it's like, no, I don't. And that's something I am fighting with myself and not saying sorry a lot. Because I don't have to when in certain situations.
Oh, thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's always challenging. I've always used to say sorry, too. And then I came to a point where I stopped saying sorry and started defending myself. Mm-hmm. And well, I lost a lot of friends that way.
But did you really need those friends?
Actually, I don't. I feel so much freer.
They're not important. Yeah. They're not important.
Yo, you don't even know. When you have less friends, it's less stress, less money you spend.
That is kind of true, though. Shit, hanging out is expensive, yo. My God.
And you feel a lot freer and not a lot of pressure to kind of put yourself out there to all your different friends.
Well, not only that, I think it's just like you don't want that type of negative energy in your life. Like, you wish them the best, or maybe you wish them the worst.
No, I wish them the best because they were incredible people for the time that we had that friendship.
Yeah.
I am so grateful for all the friendships I had.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot. But then I knew that it was a time to let go.
Exactly.
And it didn't pain me. You know how those people, oh, you're going to regret it later? I don't think so. Because I'm grateful for what I had with them.
Yeah, exactly. So, no. Like I said, just moving on. Knowing what to take out of your life and just moving forward is very important. But what I also love about that scene is that Shoto and Ida were showing vulnerability as teenage boys, and that's very important because let me just say, it is okay, and I say this over and over again, it is okay to cry. And that is a good thing because it is a human emotion and it is natural.
So remember that.
Yes. That's all I'm going to say about this topic because this topic around like anime Twitter is like, it's so like.
Are they really going hard on this?
You know how people get when Deku cries and shit like that? And I'm like, y'all mad about somebody, a teenage boy crying about emotions he's feeling?
That's their own issue.
Be it even if an adult is fucking crying. Guess what? Let me say, those people who judge that shit, I'm going to tell you, they're probably crying by themselves in a corner. And just saying.
I know. But it's okay to cry.
It is okay to cry. It is natural.
Actually, it's good for your brain to cry. You're like
releasing to let it
the stress. Yeah.
And so I'm happy to show those teenage boys, especially Shoto, crying and having emotion and having vulnerability because that's just life.
But was he really crying? Because he was really icy. Like, it turned into ice. So
he was crying, but then it hid into ice.
So
like, it went into ice.
Icing.
No, you can see the tears forming, and then when it fell, it turned into ice.
But it was icy.
All right, you know what? I'm done. Anyways, let's go into Spinner. So Spinner, of course, he's leading the what they call it? Heteromorphics, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. Heteromorphics. And before that, he had to get an upgrade of power from a quirk upgrade from All for One because for Spinner, talking about someone who feels that he doesn't have a goal in life, that he doesn't have a great power. So getting this upgrade is like making him a better person. And that's just sad. And I really feel for Spinner because it's like...
I love Spinner.
Yeah, Dabi, All for One was actually Dabi in this flashback that was happening to get, Spinner's upgrade. They were like, Dabi, do you need one? And Dabi's like, no. And Dabi's like, hell no. Nobody controls Dabi. I like that about Dabi. Dabi's like, I'll do my own shit, get the hell out of the way. I don't need none of y'all. Love that. But what's sad about Spinner, why I really connect to Spinner is that he's like, oh shit, he looks at Dabi walking away. And he's like, oh yeah, he has a goal in life. He has power. I have none of that. So he feels like he needs that upgrade from All for One, which he doesn't. But, personally, how we are with our confidence.
Yeah.
For a lot of us.
And a lot of people feel
great.
like they're not walking around with any power.
Exactly.
But that's not true.
Exactly.
You have your own power and to make your own decisions. That is also power.
Which is sadly what, happens around the world, especially with our government and how fucking terrible it is and how it strips away a lot of people, especially certain communities' powers.
It really does.
So I'm just going to say fuck the Supreme Court. There you go, my hero.
My hero.
Anyways,
awesome.
Oh God. Anyways.
No, speaking of how awesome is it that you feel emotions or some sort of love for these villains?
I know. That's what
these villains.
You do care about these villains. And even though they've done some, you get because society has pushed them down, has oppressed them in certain ways or in a lot of ways. Yeah. So it's like, that's why he's leading the heteromorphs because they definitely probably have been oppressed in this society in My Hero. So they're going to Jakku Hospital to get Star Wars. Oh my God. To get Kurogiri. And Shoji and Koda are there. And of course, Shoji is going to get a really big storyline later with Spinner. And that's why they're showing that too. And I'm excited for that because Shoji has a really sad story. And that hit me too. But we'll get into that when the anime, of course, goes back with a later episode. But anyways, then we go into the All for One talking shit to Endeavor fight. Here it is, two terrible fathers duking it out. I love how you got the two ass fathers,
Right.
And this is All for One's power. It's not just collecting power, having all these powers. His power is talking shit to people. Talking his shit. Literally, that's all he's doing this episode is talking shit to Endeavor. Endeavor's trying to fight his ass.
And he's breaking him down.
And All For One is doing the psychological fucking attacks, which are very just as powerful as fucking physical attacks, let me tell you. So, he's literally telling him, oh, you were trying to find Shoto at what was it called? Sikoto Peak? Sorry if I'm saying.
Sikoto Peak.
Thank you. Sorry I'm saying that wrong. Sikoto Peak, where, Toya went to show his power, but of course he had that accident when he was 13. He set himself on fire. Of course, the guy in the hat in the last episode, that was All For One. You didn't even know that was All For One. You were like, what?
I didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah, Mr. because he got his face mashed up by All Might, which was dope. But anyways, I wish they could show that fight, but that'd probably be too gruesome. Because All Might lost his stomach in that fight, right? So
I want to see that fight. I want to see a whole story on One For All.
Oh, that would be dope. Well, One For All, a little story about each one, in a short
Yeah.
That actually would be cool. I would like to see that too. So basically, Endeavor didn't know this shit that All For One took Dabi or Toya. So Endeavor's like, what the fuck? So he's getting upset and mad and angry, of course, because he's the dad, even though he's a shit dad. And so he throws an attack on him, which is fierce rage. I actually like the animation on that. The animation was good here, in a lot of the fights, but mostly in the Endeavor and All For One fight. But of course he gets hit by All For One's attack. He throws out this mouth type of thing.
Yeah, that's freaking scary.
It was creepy,
Ew.
To attack his side, to
from
a chunk
film.
in his part of his side. It was some horror shit. I don't know what the fuck, faces with teeth coming. It was weird. But but the line I liked that One For All threw at him at Endeavor was, your masterpiece dealt with your failure for you. And I was like, God damn.
Word, right?
I was like, yo, what the fuck? Those lines are crazy. There's a lot of good lines. But of course Hawks is there. He's always supporting Endeavor, which and Hawks looks amazing. He's doing his shit. He's like, no, he's telling, before Endeavor gets hit really bad, he's telling, Hawks is telling Endeavor, don't listen to him, because this is just a psychological attack. Don't listen to him.
This is like a 20-something-year-old telling a...
Yeah, he's 22.
What is it, 40-something-year-old to
I think Endeavor's 45, and Hawks is 22. So basically his son. His son.
I find it very interesting.
It's funny. But Hawks, is supporting Endeavor. We were talking about Hawks, actually, last night. Because I find that interesting how he supports him. And we had, two different things of why. I feel like Hawks supports him because it's, Hawks got abused too by his parents, especially by his dad. Mm-hmm. And his mom, of course, was going through a lot and wasn't really there for him because, psychologically she couldn't be there. So it was just, and his dad was a shit bird. No pun intended, now that I say it like that. But basically his mom gave him a plushie of Endeavor because it was a cheaper one, which I felt that. But so I don't know if he psychologically or emotionally bonded to this toy, and then emotionally bonded to Endeavor, the real person, in the sense of getting that parental figure, which let's just say Endeavor's the worst person to get parental figure, but again, of somebody who went through trauma like Hawks, they're going to try to find it anywhere. And this is the person, from the plushie to seeing the grown real person. It's that happens, you bond with somebody. You're trying to find some connection, especially through all your trauma, I think. That's what I personally think. That's why he supports him a lot.
Mine is much more simpler than that. Hawks mentions earlier how he was able to let go of his parents. So I feel like for Hawk, he's kind of disconnected from a lot of emotional feels.
Because of the commission taking him in when he was 6 years old.
Yeah, and because he was kind of brainwashed into doing this type of work, that it's really him just kind of working. This is his job. This is what he's going to do, and he's going to be great at it. And so that's why for him, for Endeavor is someone that he's got to work with and that he's got to help and protect.
True.
So that's how I see it.
True.
Because I feel like, although you see Hawks fighting and I think for him it's like a mission, right? So yeah. I don't see him caring like the way All for One cares.
But that's interesting. Going to the other last point, Jiro and Tokoyami coming in to save Hawks. Because when All for One attacks Endeavor falls, Hawks tries to save Endeavor with his feathers, but he doesn't see the attack that's coming from All for One. He's blasting him with some kind of electric field shit. And of course, Jiro and Tokoyami stop that attack on Hawks. And Hawks, talking about caring, is like, oh shit, these two teenage students, are coming in to save him. Like, he's like, no, get out, you're gonna die. Like, don't you be here for me. But Tokoyami is like, well, we work well together, and I'm gonna help you. And I think he's starting to realize little by little that you can't do shit by yourself. You need help. That's just how it is. Yeah. So Jiro, of course, is amazing. She All for One is like, look at these like supporting ass characters, which made me laugh. I'm like, what the fuck with the lines? Because I'm like, but Jiro's like, you should say that after we have that. You should say that after if we lose and shit like that. It's not word for word, but I was like, yeah, you go, girl.
I love Jiro
because you know what, you might beat his ass, and that's dope. And I love that because the part is that, of course, All for One attacks them again with that electric field shit, I think. And Jiro's he attacks them with the mouth thing, the faces, right. And Jiro wasn't ready, and she was scared, because he almost attacked her, and of course Hawks saves her with his feathers. But Jiro, she's a teenage girl, and she's never been in a big ass fight, so of course she's fucking thinking. Scared.
Exactly.
Like, who the hell's not gonna be scared?
And it's okay to be scared.
But what I love about Jiro, she's like, all right, let's still do this. Like, come on. Like, but sadly, of course, All for One being the shitbird he is, again, throws another attack, some weird ass attack. I don't know, it looks like spikes or something, like some reddish spikes. But it hits Hawks, because I think All for One was about to attack them with an electric field again, or some type of, like, shit that was just gonna hit them that was all red and cloudy and stuff. Maybe it was the spikes too, but Hawks stops it from hitting him with his feathers, but of course Hawks gets hit really bad. But Tokoyami and Jiro do get hit before Hawks could stop it with the feathers completely. And Jiro's ears, one of her ears
comes off, right?
Like literally, yeah, he attacked it and it came off. I was like, holy shit. And that's where her powers come from.
And that's sad, because I don't think Recovery Girl can fix that.
Yeah. Oh, probably not. But this is where prosthetics come in and shit and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But so that's where the episode ends. And I was like, damn, Jiro got hit, man. But they're strong. Those kids are dope. But so that's where the episode ends. And of course, July 13th, next Saturday, there's no episode, and then it comes back the other week following. And then, of course, it's gonna be a new opening and a new ending, and it's just gonna keep on. It's the second encore, of course, of season 7, and keep on going with the war and stuff like that. So So that was our review of Extras, episode 9, My Hero season 7, and the manga's ending, and I'm just sad, but also hyped for the episodes coming up, because a lot of shit's coming up. But thank you for listening.
If you like the show, please like and follow us.
Subscribe, leave a comment on YouTube page, and Apple Podcasts. You can't really leave a comment there, but listen to us there. All right, have a great day.
Peace out.
Bye.